I found family drug support halfway through my son's heroin addiction.
And my first knowledge of his drug use was a phone call from someone to say my son was trying to steal his car and he was seriously affected by drugs. In fact, he was having a major psychotic episode.
I found out that my son was using heroin when he was 18, and I found all the paraphernalia in his room and totally went into panic.
I rang up going, I don't know what to do about my brother, I don't know how to help, and I think I cried for about half an hour to the person on the end of the phone.
I don't think chaos is a strong enough word to describe what you travel through.
I knew the pain and anguish of a parent going through this awful, awful situation that none of us know what to do with and how to face the situation.
Our house had been raided by police, so we'd just gone through that the day before, and I rang up that morning in absolute distress because I just didn't know how, because I've known that I'd always been able to help my kids and solve problems, but this just seemed so huge that I just didn't know what to do.
It was all just, everything had happened so fast and so chaotically. I was just literally in a state of total numbness.
It was horrific. I was on a mission to fix everything in 5 minutes and I didn't know where to go for help. I had rang so many different people, and my thing at the time was just to put my son in rehab and get the situation fixed, and gee, how I've learnt that that is not the case.
So I rang the line, and a guy on the end of the line started talking, and I was getting a little bit frustrated at first because he was asking me how I was feeling, and I just needed to know where to send him. I just needed some phone numbers, and he was asking me how I was, and I think that was the first time that anyone had actually asked me how I was.
I'd never thought about how it was affecting me. I'd never thought about how it was affecting the rest of the family. It had always been a huge focus on my brother and his issues and his problems and how will the rest of us help him get through this.
I think what family drug support has given me more than anything is the knowledge to cope.
So what's different now is I know how to put strategies and behaviour in place for my son.
To simply be able to get on with living my own life, but still have a good relationship with my brother and still try and be as supportive as possible.
I used that phone line every day for a week, just so I could cry on the phone and just so that I could, talk about what had happened and just have someone listen to me.
I realised that I wasn't travelling alone, that there was a whole group of people in that room on a very similar journey. With a skilled facilitator, I've learnt just some most amazing things about me, about myself, and that I actually do have an incredible amount of skills I can draw on people through family drug support to help me cope on this journey.
It's not an easy path, and it's still rocky. We go up and down, and relapse is part of that journey.
And if you had told me 6 years ago that our family would be in one piece, 6 years later, and he'd be still using, I wouldn't have believed it. But I guess we're much stronger, much stronger family for it.
I just know that now I'm in a much better place, personally. My family is in a better place. My son is in a better place. Simply because I've had support.